Hey guys, I'm going to show you how to mount a 4-foot by 8-foot sign out in the field using these green fence posts and some zip ties. I have 3 different mounting options. I got the grommets down there on that end, punched holes with a fancy screwdriver or sharp blunt object, and then I've got nicely drilled holes with just a hand drill. To space out where I want my posts, I'm just going to simply lay this down kind of right here, and so I know that that side's lined up there perfectly. And then I've got my handy post driver here. To drive these in with the post driver is very simple. We're just going to kind of line this up where we want it. And so right here, I'm going to slide this post driver over the top. And I'm just going to pound this thing. What's really important here, you're going to have about a foot that goes into the ground, and we want to go all the way down to basically the top of this flange here. So I'll go ahead and put my last post in. So you can choose to either put this middle post in the front or in the back of it. In this case, I'm going to put it in the back just because I don't want to block the name at all. But if you do have kind of a windier position, maybe slightly stronger, to have it in front. So I have these 14-inch, 120-pound black cable ties. There's not really like a specific one that I prefer over another. I'll link to these down in the description for you, just so you have access to them. But basically, I'm going to do 3 per post. And so since I have grommets on this side, I'm going to go ahead and start over here. Basically, I'm just going to run my 3 grommets in there, and I'm not going to tighten them down all the way quite yet. I'm just going to loosely put them on there, just so it kind of hold position. And I'm going to try and pull it just so it's got some tension here. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mount the middle ones. And so, like I said earlier, I'm going to use just a sharp object to poke my holes for this one. And so I'm going to use a screwdriver. It's just a Phillips screwdriver here. And I'm going to poke a hole there. And then I'm going to poke a hole over here. And I'm going to try and stay as close to the post as possible, just so it doesn't wiggle around too much. So now that I've got my top hole, I'll run a zip tie through. So I've got this zip tie pulled tight just to make sure I've got enough tension across here, especially with my seams. This is scored and folded. If you don't have a scored and folded sign, it is a little bit easier to keep it straight, but it's a lot harder to maneuver around, and so that's why I scored and folded this one. And so we'll go ahead and we'll put 3 zip ties across the top. So I got my first one, I'll do one in the middle, and then one down towards the bottom. So then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to use just a kind of a bigger drill bit to make sure I got enough room for my zip tie. And I'm going to drill 6 holes on this just around both sides of my post. There we go. This is a fast, economical way to get your 4x8s mounted outside in the middle of a field or on the side of a highway, so they're out and visible.